Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, welcome into a livid edition of the JP Peterson Show. I'm livid. I am livid. I am pissed.
I don't even know what this is about, y'all.
I know. You don't know. Oh, all right, just calm down.
Take a deep breath, JP.
Take a deep breath.
We'll get him next time.
Yeah, well, it has little to do with sports, but I will share a story here this morning that you guys may or may not be interested in. But yeah, I'm pissed off.
So if it doesn't have to do with sports, does that mean it has to do with soccer?
You know, it's funny. I was watching watching Dave Portnoy's little reel came across my feed this morning, and he's like all in on World Cup soccer. He's like, I've never been a soccer guy. You know, I watched the U.S. He's good like most of us. He watches the United States men's team, the ladies, etc. That's our soccer fix, right? For the most part. And I totally, unlike a lot of people, I totally respect the game. I understand, the Premier League and the Champions League and all these incredible things that happen. And I really like it. I watch it when I can. It's just too much on my plate, right? I can't get into another entire sporting realm. But I love it. And I'm looking forward to going to my first Premier League match sometime. Very much looking forward to it. I've been to a World Cup game back in '94. It was one of the greatest sporting events I attended. I wish I could go to one of these, but obviously it's not for the common folk. I guess these World Cup fans coming from Europe have saved up all their shekels for the last 4 years to do this. I don't know how they afford all this shit, but they do. And we're glad you're here. We're really, really glad you're here. But that being said, it's taken over the world, and I'm absolutely here for it. I found myself last night, Timmy, watching Colombia and who are they playing? The Congo. And it was just an incredible match for the Congo. Never gone this far before. Oh yeah, the DR Congo, baby, and Colombians late on a goal, 1-0. It's pretty incredible stuff. So I'm all into it. So that's my soccer story for the day, and I can't wait for Thursday. Riveters 9:00, USA. We are taking on Turkey. It's Turkey A now, right? Turkey A. I'm just putting Turkey on the screen.
It's Turkey.
So that's who we're playing. So I'll be looking forward to that. So come join us at Riveters 9:00. It's Turkey. All right, we got Rays today. We got to get into. We'll do some football with Charlie Strong is going to join us. We're going to talk about the Sorsby situation. Maybe we'll even get your Sorsby audio in here.
No, we won't.
Obviously, this was a college thing that turned into a pro thing that turned into a nothing thing. The NFL canceled the supplemental draft that he was going to go in. He's going to sue. Sorsby will sue his attorney, who you love his voice. Maybe you should just play something.
Man.
I mean, everybody wants to hear it now. Has basically said, we're going to sue. I think they're going to win. Although it's hard to win against the NFL. They got judges that like tickets. So
too much pressure from everybody else on Tech, and
it's Paul Wilson.
Brendan still wanted to play.
Right? It sounds a lot like Paul, doesn't it?
It just came
That's
down
Paul.
to
It's crazy.
Oh man, I was waiting to hear more. Yeah, he's got a great voice. Those are.
I just need I need Tom Cruise's face on his voice, and I'm good. I'm not even gay. Not even gay.
Mark. Yes, I want to hear that one played back for sure. That was interesting. Yeah. Maybe this might be the Orange County Sheriff's calling me right now.
Oh no.
So the incident this morning.
No.
I'll just take a moment to say this.
Do it.
Orange County Sheriffs, you suck. There we go. I'll just say that right now. So this morning, my wife, who's at home alone in our Orlando palatial mansion, it's not. It's a beautiful one. But anyway, And she is, we're involved in a civil litigation. So there was going to be some process serving going on. So we knew that was coming. So she wakes up this morning and she's upstairs getting ready and she hears this knock on the door. Okay. We don't know who, she didn't know who it was. So she's got her daughter upstairs, our daughter's upstairs. And so then she, she's in the middle of getting ready. She didn't know who it was. The dog's bark happens from time to time. Could be Amazon, could be Walmart. Who knows? She's not going to answer the door at this particular time because she's busy. And she's, again, home alone. So I tell her not to answer the door unless she absolutely knows who it is and is expecting. Otherwise, just let them go because, who knows what's going on, right? Just don't open the door because we don't have one of those. I don't think we don't have one of those eyeglass things. So just don't open the door. So she goes downstairs like 15 minutes later and as she gets to the bottom, no, she was in the kitchen. There's a big dude peering through the front window with his phone up, taking pictures and video inside of our house.
Oh my God.
Yes. Now understand that the window is offset from the door entryway. There's a wall and there's a hallway. You have to go around the corner to get to the window. Okay. And then this guy's got his face up against the window with his phone filming inside the house. That's illegal, Mr. Process Server. That is illegal. And you know that's illegal. And he even okay, so at this point,
911.
Yeah. Well, no, she talked, I guess she talked through the door and the guy said, I'm here to serve the, process server. Okay. She opens up the door and accepts the service of the civil litigation, whatever it is. And she's like, what are you doing peering inside my house? And he's like, well, I saw you moving around in there and I had to get, you were trying to avoid service. She's like, avoid service? I'm here at the door accepting the service. What are you even talking about? And she was served. And he's like, well, I had to, I was trying to find to see if get proof that you were in there and you were avoiding service. And I'm like, she's like, I'm here. I just, I was the first knock. I was busy upstairs and I don't come open the door if I'm not expecting anybody. That's the rules. And that's fine. And by the way, for a process server, you can walk to the front door. You can't go around the side of the house and peer in windows. You can't put your face up against the window. You certainly cannot videotape or take pictures through said window. And then he says, he goes, oh, really? Well, then I'm going to call the cops. So he calls the cops. And why? Because he's a sheriff. And it's his buddies that are coming over. Right. So the buddies come over and I said, honey, put me on the phone with him. And the guy says, well, thought he saw her through the window. I said, no. I said, he cannot walk to the side of the house and peer in the window. And you know that, officer. He's like, well, you're hysterical. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm reading you the law. And why are you here at his behest when he's the one that's trespassing? Oh, so I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Like, why? Because I'm making sense. So the Orange County sheriffs come, and I think they're still out in front of her house. Now there's 6 of them. There's 6 of them. Certainly there's something else going on in the city that perhaps you should be paying attention to. Besides standing outside a woman's house who accepted service, and then your guy called the cops on her. Then I said, you call the cops on him because the guy was still loitering outside her house. Mr. Creepy look in the window guy, Orange County Sheriff, is still looking inside her house. I said, call the cops. I want him out of there. So, yeah, I'm a little pissed off this morning.
Wow.
And here's the thing, Timmy. If I was there, do you think they would have treated her like that?
No. She never would have even come to the door if you were there.
No, and I would have come to the door and accepted the service and said, be on your way. And if I'd have seen him looking through the window, I would have called the cops. And do you think the cops would have come over there and tried to intimidate me like they tried to intimidate my wife? No, they wouldn't have. And try to just dismiss it? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Listen, I support law enforcement. Absolutely you do. But when you guys act like this, that's a problem. That's a big problem. And then you try to intimidate my wife and then you stand outside. Now there's 3 cars, and you're all just sitting outside chatting with the Mr. Process Server, your buddy. That's not cool. That is not cool. And there will be a strongly worded letter to follow. Again, I support our law enforcement. They have a very, very tough job.
But there's a line.
Yeah, well, this is an easy one.
Yeah.
Yo, dude, what are you doing?
Are you there as a sheriff, or are you there as a process server? Because if you are there as a sheriff in police duty, you can pretty much do whatever you want, right? If someone's in danger or there's a call or whatever, I get it. You can do whatever you want, and you guys are used to that. But
why is he calling the cops on her?
When you're there as a process server, you have to follow those rules as a process server.
And why are you calling your buddies to come over to the house to intimidate my wife who's here by herself?
They had nothing better to do.
What charges were you going to file? What was that call? I want to hear that call. Oh, there's a lady at the front door that's angry because I was being a peeping Tom. Did you say that? I'd like to know, because when I call the sheriff's office, it takes them a hell of a lot longer to get there. But when you called because of this tiny young lady who's freaked out because she comes downstairs and there's some weirdo looking in the window with his camera up, face pressed against the window. What did she do wrong that the cops had to show up? And why are you still there 45 minutes later? So all the neighbors can see you guys standing out in front of our house? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm not, that's just not cool. Again, I support law enforcement, but what the hell are you guys doing?
Yeah, that's different. That's not law enforcement.
Yeah. Cops weigh in.
Yeah.
I'd like the attorneys, if you'd like to represent us, weigh in. Jeeves Law Group, you'll be getting a call here.
Or Scott.
Yeah. Good God, man. Again, I know you guys have a tough job, but when you do shit like this, it's not cool. It is not cool. All right, moving on. The Rays last night. Oh, by the way, let me set up the show. Charlie Strong coming in at 11 o'clock. We're going to talk about the Brendan Sorsby thing, talk some Bucs, some college football. Always love talking football with Charlie. I'm a little off my game now. I'm going to have to bring it back to fun and sports. Yeah, so Charlie's going to join us, and we've got some other good surprises for you as well. So stick around as we get into this. Danny Boy says, good morning, gentlemen. Kyle Yeomans is the new voice of the Baltimore Ravens. He was named that this morning. He goes to Baltimore from Dallas, where he was for 7 years, 4-time Lone Star Emmy winner.
I know Kyle really well. I hadn't heard that yet. Well, I got to give him a text. That's awesome, man. Yeah. He's a good dude. He just served in Dallas here. He was never part of the regular radio broadcast. He's part of the TV broadcast team during the preseason and stuff he'd do.
So he has some connection to the team, unlike the guy that the Bucs just hired.
Well, for the Cowboys, he had a connection to the team, yeah. But I don't know what he's done in Baltimore, But I mean, Kyle's a good dude, man. He's a young guy, young kid, but he knows his stuff. That's a good hire by Baltimore. It's a loss for the city of Dallas for sure.
Well, yesterday we kind of talked about, the Bucs job, and I don't want to be misunderstood. I have no idea who the new guy is from Washington. Tony Ciccone, I believe his name is. He seems like a great guy. Everybody, says he does a great job, and that's fantastic. A lot of great comments on him. Obviously, I'm personally biased for our great friend TJ Reeves, who got snubbed in this deal. And listen, I know a lot of, Jeff Ryan. I've known Jeff Ryan. I've worked with Jeff Ryan who runs the Bucs radio operation over there. I have tremendous respect for Jeff and the organization. I just have a different opinion, and that's fine. That's fine. And I don't know, the inner workings of what went into their choice. Obviously, there was a nationwide search. They listened to a lot of his stuff. He did some, he came in and auditioned and did some Bucs games. They like what they heard, and they went with the guy. And that's 100% fine, and that's absolutely that's good process. It's all that. I have no problem with any of that. It's your business. It's your team. You make your choice. That said, I have an opinion on it. And I will absolutely cop to being personally biased because I've known TJ for 35 years.
Yeah.
And I know him to be an extremely talented young man. Well, maybe not young man anymore. And maybe that was part of it. Maybe they wanted someone to have more longevity. But he's not, he's a very energetic 7-year-old, certainly has lots of years left. And has been loyal to the Buccaneers for a long, long time. It's not like he's been working full time for the Buccaneers and he is, they've taken care of him and his family and all that. No, that's not the case, but he's been working the sidelines and doing that gig as we all have to do these days. We have to hodgepodge it all together and do a bunch of different things. And that's fine. Not complaining. Love what I do. Absolutely love what I do. Love having the autonomy to own our own company here and do what we do. No complaints. But when it comes to this particular thing, he's a good play-by-play man. He's super talented. And, I think there should be some loyalty factor here. You ask for loyalty from your players, from your coaches, from your fans. You ask for loyalty from your fans all the time in the form of showing up and paying a lot of money. So loyalty is an important thing to me. And I don't think this was factored into the decision. I don't think that 35 years, 40 years of covering the Buccaneers was factored into this decision. There will be a myriad of things that come up over time. And while the new guy is doing this with Dave Moore, there will be thousands of touch points where he will need to draw on historical data and perhaps stories of past games where he was doing Bucs games and this came up on the sideline. The new guy has none of that.
That's when they've got a producer talking in their ear to him, telling them what to say. And with TJ, you don't need that because
it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing as a personal experience. And to be able to verbalize, when I was on the sideline in 1997 or 2002 for the Super Bowl, when we blah, 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 it's a huge part of storytelling, and doing radio is storytelling. It's storytelling. And who weaves those stories together better than TJ Reeves? Does a phenomenal job.
One of the best storytellers I know.
Yeah. And that's what radio is all about. That's why Gene is so good. That's why some of these guys are iconic. And you just toss away that experience like it's nothing. I think that should have counted for a hell of a lot more. I think loyalty should, TJ could have gone and done other things throughout his life and hooked on to other organizations that maybe would have given him a better opportunity. But his lifelong dream was to be the play-by-play guy of the Buccaneers. And, obviously Gene was in it for a long, long time, and that's fine. And TJ never said a word about it, even in private. And I can't wait till he retires. Never, not a word, ever. And you go outside the organization to find somebody that has absolutely no connection to your fans. I just think it's an insult to your fans. I think it's an insult to the people and the loyalty that fans have shown and that he has shown. And unfortunately, that's the way this world is today. Loyalty, dedication, historical perspective mean nothing. They mean nothing, evidently. I mean, is this guy a better play-by-play guy? Maybe. I mean, that's the most subjective thing in the world, right? I mean, did you listen to him and say, wow, this guy is so good. He's so much better that it overrides all those other things that TJ brings? I guess so. I'm not in the organization. I'm not privy to all the information that they have. Mr. What's his name? Sorry.
Like, is it more insulting that they hired outside of the organization, or that they even went and looked outside of the organization?
Castricone.
It's not Tony Caniglione.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that just baffles me. I'm perplexed. I'm befuddled, JP.
Castricone. Danny Boy says he spoke to Gene yesterday. Tony was doing the listening and laughing, and he told a lot of stories, and Gene shared memories in his heart. Castricone was humbled from that phone call from Gene. Yeah, of course, Gene's going to do that. That's fantastic.
Yep.
And listen, I welcome the guy with open arms. I have nothing against the guy, and I hope to know him and like him and all that stuff. I have nothing against the guy at all, and I'm sure he's really good at what he does. Really good, and I hope he brings all that to this job. But listen, I'm loyal to my friend of 35 years, and I just felt like I needed to say that, get it off my chest. And, I texted with TJ yesterday, and he said, I'm still kind of, obviously he was crushed. He's crushed. But they're still may have some type of role, may still be doing sideline. It's tough. And when a situation like that, do you just say, okay, I'll take the sideline role still? That's tough. Happened to my protege Tom Block in Tallahassee as well. So anyway, we move on. We move on with some really bad baseball last night. Unless you'd like to say anything, Tim, on behalf of our good friend TJ Reeves.
No, and look, I don't know TJ as well, or haven't known him as long as you have, but he and I have worked together on a number of projects outside of the JP Peterson Show, and I've gotten to know him, and I've worked with him on play-by-play stuff, and I've listened to him on play-by. He does national stuff, you guys. That's how good he is. He is sought out for basketball and other sports for his play-by-play talents. It's not like he's never done it and doesn't know what he's doing. But again, to me, I'm not inside of an NFL organization. I don't, I'm not that deep into the Mavs the Cowboys. Look, I know how the Cowboys operate, and sometimes it's a little perplexing, even from the broadcast and the media side of it. So I don't know how surprising this really is. If you think about it deeply, it's unfortunate as friends of TJ's, that we have to deal with this. It's obviously unfortunate he has to deal with it, but it was the decision the organization made, whether it makes sense to us or not. And maybe there were underlying reasons we don't know about that
Absolutely.
TJ had absolutely nothing to do with, that were completely out of his control.
Yep.
You don't know. So you know what? We'll listen to Tony on the air next year and for the near future, and however long he's here, and we'll roll with it, and we'll continue to support TJ and everything he does.
Yeah, absolutely. And we wish him the best, and I'll get to know him and all that good stuff. And for him, it's hard. It's going to be hard for him coming in,
replacing a legend, number one. Yeah,
replacing a legend, and then the deal with TJ. It's going to be tough. So we'll try to welcome as best we can. It's he's just trying to further his career, and I totally get that. And congratulations to him. But I just had to say my 2 cents.
Yeah.
All right. So the Rays get thumped last night, 12-5. It was uglier than that. It was 12-1 at one point. Sugar Shane McClanahan I don't know what's going on with him. His stuff has just become flat. He threw 2 curveballs last night that were just hangers, and Caglione just absolutely destroyed the first one. Hit the C ring or the D ring. They said it went 441. I think it was going to go farther than that. He's hit a point here where I don't know if it's he's just not built up enough, because he comes out strong. He's hitting 96, 97, but the breaking pitches just don't have the snap that they once had. His spin rates are probably down. I haven't looked at them, but something's going on with Sugar Shane, and that's a problem. That's a huge freaking problem, because without him being dominant, this team becomes really ordinary. Really, really ordinary, especially with an offense that has absolutely hit the wall.
You're already a little shorthanded anyway. When you got your guys that were performing well, not performing well, it's an extra bad hit.
As Kurt Thorson says, the Rays are in free fall. Mats is not working, making $7.5 million this year and next year. Plant Florida product Jack Caglione went on a tear last night. Buckle up for the yearly summer nosedive. Yeah, and you just, this. We talked about this yesterday. The Rays have opportunity to take a slugging catcher instead of a high school shortstop with the number 2 overall pick. I think at this point, and this shouldn't really affect who you draft, how your team is doing now. But historically, we just have not put any real resources into getting sluggers. Now we got was it Xavier Isaac, the first baseman? I think he's at AA or AAA. He has been, that was a first round pick. But he was a high school kid, if I'm not mistaken. Give me a grown ass man from college with power, like Jack Caglione. That's what I want. He was taken, 6th in the draft by the Royals? Set every record in Florida, obviously. Congratulations to him and his family. And they had a big contingent there last night. Plant High School here in Tampa, another one of the great products to go along with Kyle Tucker and Alonzo and Wade Boggs and all the guys that have come through Plant High School. Absolutely incredible all-star team there. And, those were a couple of bombs, one to right field and the other one to left center to actually hit a higher velocity off the bat. And this is the kind of player that we have in Junior Caminero. Yeah. And what do we do to Caminero? We just leave him exposed. Like it's again, last night, that lineup, like, what are we doing? We talked about this on the Big O show, and I want to bring it to this show as well. So we did a little AI experiment yesterday, and I said to AI, how many RBIs would Yandy Diaz have if he was in the 3 or 4 hole instead of leadoff? Once again, last night, this was as of the 8th inning. I think Chandler Simpson got a hit and scored a run in garbage time. But before that, they got 3 guys ahead of Yandy. So the 7, 8, 9 hitters were 0 for 7 with 2 walks. Once again, every time he's come up this year 69 times now with the bases empty. And he's hitting 441 with runners in scoring position. Before last night's game, he was hitting 441 with runners in scoring position. And you got him leading off with a team that's starved for runs, that can't get a big hit with runners in scoring position. So let's make sure our best hitter, our most consistent hitter, is coming to the plate with nobody on. It makes no sense. Oh, we want him on to set the table for everybody else. I don't care. You need somebody to get a hit when there's runners in scoring position. You have the best hitter in the American League, and you continue to send him to the plate with nobody on base. Makes no sense. So AI told us that if he were in the 3 or 4 hole, he would have 25 to 30% more RBIs. So that goes from, he's on pace for 114. He would have 111. He would have 141 RBIs by the end of the year. And a team that plays a lot of one-run games that struggles to score, that's a big difference. That could be the difference in 5 or 6 wins, which could be the difference in winning the division or just making the playoffs. And yet we continue to put him out there in the number 1 spot. And we continue, despite the fact that when Caminero hits in the 2 hole, he has his highest average, which I believe was 297. Big O looked it up yesterday. We had a whole conversation this on the Big O show. So way better than just me talking about it. Go watch that from yesterday, right at the beginning of the show. His best spot is number 2 in the order, where he's at 297 and 8 of his 15 home runs. And that's because he has protection behind him. And when you keep, last night he was in the 4 hole with Palacios hitting behind him. That's not protection. Where's Jack Caglione and the young hitter? Number 3 in the order with their best protection behind him. That's an age-old thing. So I do not understand what analytics are telling you that Yandy Diaz has to be the guy at the top of the order. And I'm sure they have some numbers to support this, but I got some numbers too. My eyes. It ain't working. It ain't working. And he constantly comes up with nobody on base. And he hits so much better with runners on base. He hits 441. Now, will that continue? Probably not. But it'll probably be in the high 3s. And here's the thing. You keep doing it. You're in a slump. You've sucked for a month. You can't score runs. Change it up. Give it a shot. Do something different. It's so frustrating watching these guys walk to the dish against average pitching at best from the Royals. Average. This guy last night had a freaking 6 ERA in June and is bounced from the bullpen to starting. You make him look like Nolan freaking Ryan. I mean, come on now. Michael Wacha, okay, he's been pretty good. We saw the stuff. It's not electric. It's average at best.
The Royals are not good as a whole. I mean, they're just not a good team.
No, the Rays should be cleaning up on teams like this. And they're not. And you look at this lineup and but it's so stale. Try something different. We looked it up yesterday. You could put Palacios at the top, Caminero in the 2-hole or 3-hole. I prefer him in the 2-hole because then he gets even more protection. Put Yandy behind him and then Aranda behind him. And just leave it alone. You could put Palacios, you could put Valade. These are guys with 350, 360 on-base percentage at the top. You can go righty-lefty. And, if you don't want Chandler Simpson, I just prefer to have Chandler Simpson up there. But, that didn't work out for the month that we did it. And it wasn't like it was horrible. Yeah, he doesn't get on his base as much as Yandy. But Yandy shouldn't be leading off. It just, a team that struggles, he's your best hitter with runners in scoring position by far. He's the best hitter in the league. Yet you continue to put him at the top of if he was Ricky Henderson and he was stealing bases, I get it. But he's not. He's not slow, but he's not putting pressure on the defense when he gets on base. That's Chandler Simpson. That's Valade. That's Palacios. That's DeLuca. You can put any of those guys up there. They're decent on base percentage, and then let them rip. You have got to get protection for Caminero. You're going to ruin this kid. You're going to ruin him.
It could happen sooner than later too if you keep this up.
Yeah. So I'm just a little miffed at what's going on, and watching it every night is just getting really.
I know I've asked this question before, but is this not coming up in post-game interviews with Cash? The lineup questions.
I've never seen it asked. I don't go to every interview, so I don't know.
Well, I mean, if it was being asked, we'd see articles about it. We'd be hearing people talk about it. And
Douglas Batista says, "Why is Mullins batting in the 3-hole? He's hitting 198. I know he's been hotter lately, but I mean, come on now. He's got holes in his swing." And then Taylor Walls last night, and I know the game was kind of out of reach, but why are you swinging with this elevated launch angle? He missed a fat fastball right over the middle of the plate because he's dropping his shoulder and trying to drive the ball out of the ballpark. Level off your swing and smack it up the middle. You're not a home run hitter. Stop it. Make contact. Get on base. Kurt says, can media interview Cash to explain how these summer nosedives happen every June and July? Remember when they started 14-0, they went 8-16 in July of that year, finished second, bounced in the wild card run. Michael LaRue says the Rays front office is allergic to college players. Their amateur scouting needs to get better. Yeah. I understand this Emerson kid is really good. He's a high school shortstop with huge upside, but he's in high school. This Von Lackey is a grown-ass man, 6'2", 220 pounds, moves like a freaking cat behind the plate, has pop, big-time pop, and he's ready to play. And you need a catcher. You still need, Fortes and Fiducia, no thank you. Average, below average at best. They can't throw, they're not good or great offensively, and they can't throw anybody out. What good are they? How much worse can you be with this guy? And you got the number 2 draft pick, and you've had no catching prospects. I know you got a couple in the pipeline now, but this guy's ready and waiting, and hell, you could have him up in September and maybe have a big bat behind Caminero. Shocking development. But no, let's take the high school shortstop and bring him along, and maybe in 2035 he'll be here. I got no time for that. Yeah.
So are the Rays, let me ask you this, JP, are the Rays a bad team, or are they just being exposed right now a little bit? Because I think there's a distinct difference.
Listen, I said at the beginning of the season, 78 to 80 wins. That's what I saw on this roster. They came out a lot better than that, and they've done that before. But it seems like when the league adjusts to them, they don't adjust back. That's why I think they have these midsummer swoons.
And you have that early season success, right? And then everybody kind of gets the tape on you and catches up to you. And then you have this happen in June.
Like Shane McClanahan. Like Shane loves to get ahead in the count, right? And what did Kansas City do last night? First pitch swinging. And the teams that seem to jump on Shane and some of our other pitchers, because Snyder is a fill up the strike zone coach. He wants you in the strike zone all the freaking time. And if you know that as a hitter, it's an advantage. And yeah, it helps to be ahead in the count. That's absolutely true, 100%. But if good hitters know you're coming in, especially with a fastball early on, now with Shane last night, it was a curveball. It's not his best pitch. I'd like him to go back to fastball change. That seemed to be working really early in the year. The curveballs that he's throwing are just getting smoked, and they're not snapping the way they used to. So make an adjustment to their adjustment. And that seems to be where we're struggling. And again, these analytics, these decisions that they make, and, we laugh them off because, the Rays, they win more than anybody does with less money, blah, 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 blah. I get all that. It's been a while. 2 bad seasons, and now this season looks like it's heading south. And this roster just in general, Steven Matz was a miss. As of right now, that guy can't pitch.
It's a bad miss.
And Nick Martinez is trending in the wrong direction, but we love him. But he's still hanging on. That looks like a great signing, but hopefully he'll be able to sustain that for the year. Shane, look, we love Shane and we want him to he's got to find it. But right now it's a struggle.
Well, and you don't need deep analytics to look at what's wrong with this thing. And it can start with pitching. Clearly the starting pitching has been stressed because the bullpen sucks. We know that. The lineup is top heavy. You've got Diaz, Caminero, and Aranda below them. They can't carry the whole team the whole season. Your team ERA is approaching 4 now. Pitching's not holding up. Your situational hitting sucks. You had a lot of luck early in the season that's catching up to you. You've lost your margin for error that you had early in the season because you were getting out of your mind pitching and occasionally out of your mind hitting. And it all comes back. It all balances out. And for the Rays, it seems to always balance out in June. You're at the bottom of the league in leaving runners in scoring position at almost 4 per game average for the year, almost 4 runners per game on base. And over the last 10, it's 5.
Yeah.
So again, though, it's averages, right? Like your early season fire wasn't going to last. At some point, you got to come out of this too. It's got to balance out at some point. The question is, how long is it going to take to balance out, and how deep of a hole are you digging before you get out of it? To me, that's the question.
Yeah.
And when you've got evidence and questions like as simple in baseball as the lineup, the simplest thing you can analyze in baseball is the starting lineup from game to game. When those are question marks that apparently not being asked or addressed anywhere, then you have to start there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's my fault for not getting over there. I need to get over there and get a credential. It's been a while. I think I'll.
Well, you probably get one now.
Yeah, I think I can get one now. So my ass needs to get over there and ask some of these questions. I'm frustrated. We'll and listen, I'm sure they've been asked. I just haven't been around for it, and I'm sure they've been asked and dismissed. And it's just hard to ask those questions when the Rays have had so much success with their analytics and being ahead of the game. I get that. But some of this stuff is like very obvious that seems to be missed. And it's not missed. Trust me, they've got 52 analytics guys. They're just seeing different numbers that they think are more important. And I'd like to know what those are.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here and saying I know everything. I don't. And, but I have a former major leaguer in Orestes Estrada and an Emmy Award winning analyst that knows a little bit about baseball, and he's asking the same questions.
Just an explanation would be nice, right? Like, what are you guys seeing? What's your approach here that we're missing? Like, show us what you're seeing. That's all.
Obviously, they think Yandy being on base is more important than him coming up with runners on base. That's what it boils down to. And if you got a guy that's hitting 441 with runners in scoring position, I know that's not going to continue, but he's always been great. You just, if you're struggling to scoring runs, it's just like put your best guy back in the lineup where he has more opportunity.
Yeah.
With guys on base. Those numbers are right there in front of you. He's come up the majority of the time. He comes up 69 times now, I think, this season with nobody on base. And obviously, this first at-bat is always going to be with nobody on base. That's assured. 25% of his at-bats or 20% of his at-bats are always going to be with nobody on base before we even get started with a guy that's hitting 441. And Caminero, again, up when he's moved up in the lineup, he has much more success. And it's obvious why. He's not seeing any strikes. This is obvious stuff. This is not deep analytics. And it's the obvious stuff that sometimes, and I think a lot of analytics people, well, that's the obvious stuff. That's old school baseball. Well, sometimes old school baseball is right.
It's the reason why it's old school baseball, because it works.
It doesn't mean just because it's old school, it's wrong. There could be some truths to some of these things that we've been doing for 160 years. You don't always have to be the smartest guy in the room. You just have to be the one that can obviously see the obvious. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll get to some more of your comments. Charlie Strong is joining us. We also have young hockey player Payne Riffey is going to join us. He grew up and started skating at 3.5 years old, and a good friend of Phil Esposito, and he is making up through the ranks, playing some really good hockey. So we'll chat with him. Played at Brown University. The draft is coming up for the Lightning, so we'll talk a little bit about that as well. They got no first-round pick. They've got a second-round pick, 7 picks in the draft. Hey, we're brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. They're giving away free gas through you buy a car now, you get free gas to October. That's nice, especially with gas prices. But they're coming down. $337 I paid yesterday. But Genesis of Tampa is the place to go to get a new car. Their Genesis line is absolutely incredible. I got the GV70. That's the one so many people are talking about. The midsize SUV, incredible performance, luxury for an absolutely incredible price. Go test drive it. See what I'm talking about. GenesisofTampa.com is the website. 801 East Bears Avenue up there in North Tampa, just off 275. Tell them JP say. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
Big thanks to Italiano Insurance, the great folks over there. They will soon be part of Gallagher Insurance. A little name change, but same great folks, same great customer service you've known for over 65 years. They do all the work. You save all the money. ItalianoInsurance.com at 813-877-7799. Hey, guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service you get, $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Hey, the Golden Diamond Source wants to be your family jeweler, so don't wait any longer to find that one-of-a-kind perfect engagement ring for that special someone in your life. At the Golden Diamond Source, they can design anything you want personally. The Golden Diamond Source can help you trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase as well. And with gold prices at record high, now is the best time to do it. They only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source, so if it's a real love, it should be a real natural diamond. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Bad idea. And with the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyer program, you can learn all about the 4 C's in all the different shapes and styles. And they are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And don't forget, 0% financing for up to 5 years. If you finance $5,000, it's only $83 a month. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond, 3800 Almerton Road, always online at goldendiamond.com.
It's a love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show as we roll on here, brought to you by the great folks at Riveters, your favorite sports bar and the best sports bar in all of South Tampa. Incredible wings, incredible food. Love it. Was just there the other day for the USA match. We had some great wings. I had the hazy IPA, which is made right there. No preservatives, no hangover. You could drink 1,000 of them if you like, but not recommended at one time unless you're Tim Ham.
There you go.
9 o'clock, it will be the next game as USA takes on Turkey. But any night is a great night to go watch World Cup soccer. That's where a lot of the different fan groups go because it's awesome. And the food is great. Drinks are great. Happy hour from 3 to 7. And always a happy hour when the Rays are playing. That's $6 Jacks, $6 Tito's, and $6 margaritas and food specials as well. It's your favorite place to watch sports, indoor, outdoor, great staff. It's Riveters, just north of 275 there on Dale Mabry, just south of the stadium. All righty. Charlie Strong's going to join us in our next segment. So I want to get to your comments here today as we, you guys are such a big part of this show, and I love being able to interact with you each and every day because it gives me a good idea of what the pulse is like out there. And I hope we get to your comments as much as we like. And I think it gives us a great perspective. Speaking
of that, JP, can I pull the curtain back a little bit? You guys, sure. JP doesn't even know this. I'm sort of breaking news on the air.
Oh, okay.
For FanStream Sports. So we've launched an investigation internally, JP. On how to facilitate to doing it properly and efficiently taking phone calls on the show.
Ooh, now you're going into dangerous territory. Because I control the content when we hit the comments. Put these people on the phone.
I didn't say we're going to use it on this show. I'm just saying other shows.
Put these people on the phone, and I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, that's why we would have a screener.
Yeah.
We're not doing it blindly like Peter used to do.
Well, you guys want to have phone? We could do it. We could have a day where we do it.
I was thinking of just like a segment, a couple days a week. Where you have to call.
No, I kid, but I'm fine with
not
it.
Every show.
Listen, for years and years, I did that at the radio station, and we cultivated a great group of callers. I mean, and they became like my friends, and they were thoughtful, and because so many calls, let's just be honest, are terrible. They're terrible because you guys are not
right.
You're not broadcasters. Not to say that you have to be.
Sometimes
to
you're
be
not
good
even
on the air.
adults.
Yeah, and we're doing what we do, talking extemporaneously and hopefully making sense and connecting things. It's not easy to do, and people get flustered, but inevitably it leads to a lot of dead air and bad air. So we have to be careful about that. But our audience has been tremendous, and I think we cultivate a somewhat intelligent audience. We don't have a lot of barkers and idiots and screamers. They go to other places, thank God, because we don't tolerate that here. We want thoughtful debate. We want to have some fun. You guys are really funny. I think you really have a great sense of humor. So, and you're very informative. A lot of you guys, I depend on you for breaking news, and you give us that all the time, because obviously when I'm doing the show, I can't be watching Twitter as much. So I think we have a great group. So yeah, I think it would be fun. I do. And I love taking calls. I love taking calls when it's an interesting debate. So
yeah,
what do you guys think?
I just thought it would be interesting. We've got a new show that we've just launched as of yesterday, and it's a daily show. It's in the afternoon. And it's a national talent who pretty much demands phone. His show is very phone call heavy. Yeah. So we're trying to facilitate for those that don't know, Scott Wetzel is now on FanStream Sports with his national program.
Well, welcome, Scott.
Yeah, he's launching a 1-hour show. We just did the first show yesterday. I am producing behind the scenes. I'm not on camera with his show. Thank God, he doesn't need me. But I'll be facilitating things behind the scenes for him and running the board and all the graphics for him. And then we're looking into doing phone calls, because this show is very phone call intensive. So
I love it. Well, I don't need you either, but you demand being on the show, so I have to do it.
I demand my 90 minutes of airtime every 120 minutes. Okay.
Oh. Pooh Shiesty says the Bucs organization is looking bad this offseason. Retained mediocre bowls, lost Mike, haven't gotten Baker's deal done, and passed over TJ for the announcer job. Pooh Shiesty, you're spot on. I kind of said this yesterday. I'll repeat it, and I'll put it on Twitter as well. They're on a bad run for me, and this is just my opinion. And listen, I love the Bucs organization. I think they've done tremendous things in our community. I love all the people that work there. Brian Ford, Nelson, the PR department. They are fantastic players, coaches. I love Todd Bowles as a human. You guys know all this. But I have a different opinion on some of the decisions that they've made. I talked about TJ. I think the way they've handled this Rays deal and their part in it is not community friendly. I do not think that was the best way to handle it. And we've said that. The Baker deal. I don't think they're treating Baker with the proper respect that he deserves and treating him the way you can get the best out of him. Commit to Baker and let's go for the next 4 or 5 years and see what we got. It's the best answer you got right now. Any other option is not as good, in my opinion. It's just not. You want to go chase a young quarterback and develop him. It's something you've never been able to do in 50 years. Why are you going to be able to do it now? You've won two Super Bowls with free agent quarterbacks. That's the way to do it. And you got a good one. He's here. He wants to be here. He wants to be part of this organization long-term. Loyalty is important. And you build chemistry through loyalty and through being able to depend on guys. You want the best out of guys, you got to commit to them. This is not committing to your quarterback. He ain't perfect, but he's damn good. And you're lucky to have him. Commit to him. So that's number 2. That's 3. Retaining Bowles. We don't need to go into a diatribe about that. But these are 4 decisions. The radio thing is not as much as I love TJ, it's not a huge deal, especially for on-field performance. It means nothing. But it's important to the fans. And there are a lot of things that have been done here that I don't think the fans are okay with. I know they're not okay with retaining Bowles. We know that. The Rays thing, as much as you don't want to seem like the bad guy, you kind of are. And the fact that we're not talking about it or taking any questions about it, not cool. It's a big deal. It's a really big deal. We should know what's going on. So I think they're on a bit of a bad roll. My opinion. And I think it's shared by a lot of the fans. HR4FSU11 says Mullins and Matt's $15 million between the two. What a disaster.
I mean, that's pretty economical when you think about it, but you're not getting your money's worth even with that.
Listen, you gambled on an older player becoming his old self in Cedric Mullins. Love the guy, good dude, but it hasn't really worked out. He's getting hotter, he's getting better, but it hasn't worked out as you would like. You want to put him in the 3-hole. I don't know if he's up for that. Let's go to Rick, who says, JP, I can't get cameras for your house from the Orlando Dreamers. All the attorneys Stu sends your way. I wish I had a camera this morning. Process server or bounty hunter. JP skipped bail after his golf outing in South Florida.
Might be some truth to that.
I don't believe there's a warrant out for my arrest, but I could be wrong. Kurt Thorson says TBT article, Pinellas County Tourism record spring saving residents money, discusses $2K in taxes saved per household. If only Tampa had a grand attraction to drive up tourist dollars. Raise up. Yeah, we talked about this. 45 million people come to the Tampa Bay region, visit every year. And most of those are going to the beach. You don't think if you built an iconic stadium, because clearly they don't come here to go to Tropicana Field, or they probably did and went there once and went, I'm good. You don't think they would come over for the baseball stadium in the entertainment district, get your share as they land at Tampa International Airport and look out their window and go, holy shit, what's that? Yeah.
How amazing would that look at night?
Yeah.
Flying
right?
in on approach. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Danny Boy says, don't blame you for being pissed, JP. Respect law enforcement, but there are lines you cannot cross. Yeah, that was weird. So weird. Pooh Shiesty says, yeah, the lady was in her own home and her own property and didn't avoid the process server. She did nothing wrong, but yet the cops called the cops on my wife.
Yeah.
Get Palermo to write a strongly written letter. I think I will. They don't want to see him coming. They do not want to see him coming. All the neighbors on the street were saying, we knew it was bound to happen in that house. There's 5 cop cars out front. What the hell happened over there? Oh, yeah.
JP had another party.
Yep, exactly. TBS Hale says, or TB Shale says, do Glazers really factor anything into their decision process when it comes to loyalty? I guess not. I guess not. Not in this case, certainly not. And this is for you, Tim. Ross Blacker says, why did intro go back to the old one? They want the new intro, Timmy.
We don't have a new intro. We're working on getting a new intro.
No, we have a new intro. You know we have a new intro. You know exactly where it is, and you know where to find it, but you refuse to use it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Use it for Charlie Strong is in the house. We're going to talk some football here when we come back. The Brendan Sorsby thing. No, put it back. I want it back. No, go back to the other one. I want them to hear the song for just a little bit before we go to the break. There you go. Yeah. All right, Charlie Strong coming back on the other side. Enjoy this great music here. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted #3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Oh, now you're going to play it. Okay, all right. Coach has got his headphones on now. Let's let him decide if he likes the little song. Timmy doesn't like it because he didn't make it. It's AI.
I don't like it because it's bad.
It's got a little beat to it.
It's got a little something
to it.
It's not a bad song. It's a bad intro song.
Yeah, that may be. I don't know. Wait, there's the hook.
You want something more captivating.
That's a nice hook.
Yeah, that's
If that's all it said, that would be great.
That pulls you in.
Right. Yeah, it's a nice little ditty. I think if we're just being honest, Coach, anytime you hear your name in a song, you're going to like it.
You're going to like it. And that's why you like it.
That's why I like it. It could be a complete shit
Hey,
song.
Peterson Show.
He's already singing it. He's already singing it.
That's not always the case because I'll be real honest with Coach Strong here. As an Aggie, I heard lots of songs with Coach Strong's name in it from Aggie Land when he was coach of the Longhorns. So you probably wouldn't like them.
You probably wouldn't like those songs. Yeah, that's a good point.
I was with Jackie Charlotte one time when we were at Texas A&M.
You coached at Texas A&M?
You know what happened?
Yeah,
my first job, R.C. Slocum.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
I went to Southern Illinois University. R.C. Slocum paid for my ticket because the Southern Illinois didn't have enough money for me to come in for a visit. Yes. So R.C. paid for it. He paid for the ticket. Yeah, unbelievable. He said, well, I tell you what, you got an interview. He said, I'll pay for the ticket. You just you get there. Yes. Ray Dorr was the head coach.
How about
the locker room at Texas A&M is named after Ray Dorr because he passed away while he was there coaching. And the locker room there, I want to say, maybe passed away from Lou Gehrig disease.
Oh my God, that's terrible, man. That what's funny is where the money is now.
Oh,
and you've seen the whole cycle, like where you couldn't even get a ticket to get there.
Yes,
players weren't even allowed to take a hamburger.
No,
you couldn't buy them a Happy Meal.
you could. You know what you would do, Jay? You would go to a restaurant if the players were there. You would tell the person who was checking them out, hey, just bring me that. Just don't make a big deal about it. Bring me the ticket and let me pay for it. Because you didn't want to pay for it in front of everyone.
Right, exactly.
Because someone probably would have turned you and said, oh, I saw Coach Strong. He bought so-and-so their meal.
Which is crazy.
It was crazy.
Because it's a humanitarian thing to do, by the way, because a lot of these kids back then didn't have money on the weekends. And the buffet was closed probably, and they didn't have money to eat.
And if you were in a resturant, you were going to buy that meal for him. You weren't going to let that young man pull out his whatever couple.
I used to do that when I was in Tallahassee, and if I was out at a local pub, and you'd see some of the players come in there, and you just said, just bring me their tab.
Yes.
Don't just like you said, don't make a big deal out of it. And and we're not. There's not going to be any NCAA investigation about any of this because it was ridiculous at the time. But you had to live by these ridiculous rules.
It was unbelievable. And you think about now how far it's come. Look at
now you got kids living in 6-bedroom mansions
and
driving Ferraris.
And you think about, sometimes I sit back and think about all the players that played before these players. And they didn't get anything.
Squadoosh.
And you think about some of those players, what they would have made if NIL had been NIL back then. Oh, those guys, it would have been unbelievable.
T-Bill would have made so much money.
Well, and it's amazing what he would have made with his name.
If he got $5 from every jersey. Because the school probably makes 90 of the 150.
Yes, that's exactly right.
It costs $1 to make.
But you think about, they talk about the NIL, the name, image, and likeness. It is not about that anymore.
No,
it's about who can
pay to play.
Who pay to play.
Yeah.
If I can go buy my team, I'm gonna go buy a team. It's nothing about the NIL. This young man's getting paid for his name. They can care less.
Yeah. And the heartbreaking stories. Guys. Their mom's sick and they need to drive back from Tallahassee to Miami. They don't have gas money, and people were turned in for that. And obviously someone would pay for it, and then the kid would get in trouble. Well, good God.
What's something this simple, Jay? Like a young man, he had a child in high school. And so he goes to college and he doesn't have the money to pay the child support. And so you give him the money and then you go pay it. And then someone find out that the money came from a coach and now you're under investigation.
You're crazy.
Now you got a sick grandmother or sick mother, someone who raised a young man. And now you try to give them money to help her, and people find out, and
and that's the good part about NIL now and paying these players is they have opportunities to help out their family way before they would have to wait at least 3 years to get to the NFL. So now they can help out their families, and a lot of these families need the help. They need the money.
Oh, they need.
Can you imagine all the kids that you recruited, Coach, and what those kids could have done for their families at the time?
Because I went in some tough areas.
Oh, I know.
And some of those players, they didn't have anything. So, and I tell you, when I got them there, Jay, I tried to help them because I knew where they were coming from and what they didn't have at that time. And it was nothing wrong with helping a young man. Because I knew what they didn't have.
Look what happened to Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, Unbelievable.
He's helping out kids just get to practice, trying to keep them off the streets from getting into gangs.
Exactly.
And he gets fired for it.
Yes.
Like, what is
What
wrong?
is wrong? And in that tough area, he's at Northwestern High School.
Right.
And that area is tough, and he's trying to keep them out of the game. Let me go pick them up. Let me go feed them. Because they did
Give him an
have
Uber
that.
ride because he can't get to practice.
And many a times you go recruiting and you go in someone's home and you see they don't have anything. And you sit there like, okay, once I get this young man, I got to help him out.
Yeah, and help out the family.
Just help out the family.
Well, that's the good side of this. And hopefully, if they can get this thing passed through Congress, they can. Of course, the SEC and the Big Ten don't want it because it's going to take away some of their advantage. I don't care. I don't care. I mean, Coach, you've coached in every one of these conferences, and you know what it's like. But you need an even playing field across the.
Well, I think this what needs to happen. Just say this. Just say if I'm at Alabama and we're spending $80 million on our roster. Just say you're spending $80 million on your roster.
Right.
Don't say, you know what, we're spending 40 and you're really spending 80. Just come out and just say what you're spending on your roster, and then everybody will know. It may not be an even playing field. They have 80 million, we have 20 million, or we have 40 million, but that's all we have to spend.
Right.
But just go ahead and say it. And I think that's what SEC and the Big Ten, they don't want people to know just exactly how much they're spending on those rosters.
And we can't there's no official count to get them. I mean, we don't, the schools aren't keeping an official record of it. There's websites that kind of think they know, but they don't know. And a lot of these different programs are finding out, and even some big ones, we can't afford this.
No, and you're right, Jay, because, like in football, they have the GM. He probably knows what they're spending on football, but what are you spending on the rest of the athletes? What are they getting in the other sports? And you're right, a lot of the schools, if we don't be careful and we don't watch it, a lot of schools will go broke trying to keep it up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to do.
Yeah, because in the moment, they say they have the money, but when it comes time to do the accounting, they're like, oh, well, because they're emotional spends. Oh, we got to get a coach like, we got to have this guy. We got to have this guy. You said that about the last guy. Yeah, we got to have this guy too. they're never going to stop.
You end up going to spend a lot. If you watch teams now, if you watch these conferences, they really don't want to expand anymore because they don't want to take away their money.
Their share.
They don't want to share.
Right.
They don't want to share with somebody else because if somebody else comes in, now it takes a piece of mind.
Yeah, and if they're not bringing revenue with them, then
that's what's really tough. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Well, the whole thing is set up so you're going to want to protect your self-interest because it's a competitive game. If you're the SEC, the Big Ten, I get it. You want to keep that advantage, but is that what's best for college football as a nation, as a whole? No.
Well, you can't be selfish, and you're right.
Yeah.
And that's
why the federal government has to step in and do it because. If it left up to the SEC and Big Ten, that's all that's going to be left.
Well, they're going to protect themselves.
Right. And I get it. I get it. That's your job.
And if it's up to them, they'll sit there and say, hey, you know what? Let's go play our conference. We'll go play a few schools out of the Big Ten and let everybody watch it.
The problem is so many of these universities are public universities, and they get federal tax money. And we're talking about literally hundreds of millions of dollars with sports. That we have a national interest that all of these programs remain solvent and there's a level playing field. That is a national interest of all fans. And that's why this is national federal legislation. And I don't care how much the Big Ten and SEC don't like it. And if you have representatives, call them and tell them we need to get this legislation passed, because it's not like the SEC and Big Ten. They're going to, it's not like Ohio State's suddenly going to become irrelevant or Alabama.
But yeah, it still goes back to nobody wants to give up their share.
I get it.
They don't want to get up that. And so they want to make as much as they can possibly make. And it becomes a big deal. So in recruiting, you can say, hey, our budget is 150 million, compared to where you want to go. What do they have that we don't have? And they can have what we have. And that's why we can pay you more than what they can pay you. But you're right. And that's what it's coming down to. But what's really scary? You talk about just the federal legislation. The presidents are making more.
Yep.
ADs are making more.
Yep.
The coaches are making more. now we want to try to tell the players they can only make
this much. Yeah.
And that's going to be the problem because the players in there's like, oh, wait a minute, y'all can continue to make what you make, but you're going to tell us.
You're going to cap us?
You're going to cap us. So this is all we can have. Yeah,
I wish that was part of that legislation that capped coaches' salaries as well and got rid of the buyouts. You know, I know that's worked well for you and other coaches, but and I understand the process. That's the deal. That's the way the rules were set up. So, we need to change those rules so it's equal for everybody.
Well, if you're going to have to say to a coach, you know what, this is your, and you can't make a 1 year salary because the coach is going to say, no, I'm not going to do it. You give me 3 years, yeah, maybe. But, the fives and all that, then you can talk about it. But it's
like reasonable buyouts are fine.
Right,
reasonable buyouts are fine. $72 million buyouts are a little ridiculous.
And
that's where we're at because of our.
And that's why Florida State don't have any money.
Right exactly.
They don't have any money. So it's because you have
like would 10 million be enough, Mr. Norvell? Did you get all? If we, I know we owe you 72.
That's exactly right.
Will you take 15?
And the coach is going to say no because you signed a contract.
Well, the agent's going to say no. Like, hell no, I want my cut.
Because that agent for sure.
Jimmy Sexton's he runs the whole deal.
Oh, he runs it all.
Yeah. And he plays one school against the other. And, you never know if he's telling the truth, but he makes sure that all his clients get their money and their buyouts.
And because he's going to get a piece of it.
Damn right.
So
a big old piece.
A big piece of it.
Hey, let's talk about Brendan Sorsby. Quarterback, was betting when he was in Indiana as a backup, was betting in Cincinnati when he was playing. There's different reports on whether he was betting on his team to win, to lose. I don't know what to believe, except we know the guy bet at least $90,000 and made some 9,000 bets. Yes. And Texas Tech was more than happy to pay him $5 million to come play quarterback for them, even knowing this. Now, evidently, I think there was a lot of pressure behind the scenes on Texas Tech to say, hey, let's let this guy go to the NFL. And I think that they went through the whole court case deal and he got his exemption and got his injunction to play. And then I think there was so much backlash that they had to just turn him towards the NFL. And I think that was the right thing to do. Would you agree?
I totally agree with you, Jay, because when you talk about 9,000 bets, you're an addict. So
yeah.
So you get into, just say this, you get into a game and you throw one interception, is okay. Now you throw two interceptions. Now what's that fan thinking?
Yeah.
Because this has happened. And when you have a situation like this, he's got to find a way, like Sorsby's got to find a way where I can convince, and it won't be this year because there is no one's going to take him.
No.
So how can I clean myself up to go play in the NFL? Because the NFL is not going to take him because they just
they canceled the supplemental draft.
Yes.
Now they'll get sued. His attorney is going to sue, and they might win that. And they might get an injunction, and they may have to hold the supplemental draft, but you can't force the team.
You're not going to force it because
the team
is too powerful.
Well, the NFL can just say wink, wink, nod, nod. No. Nobody taken.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, nobody took you. Which, by the way, would be ridiculous.
And but that's going to happen because if they already said we're not going to have a supplemental draft for him, then.
But if he wins the injunction and they're forced to do it, and then nobody takes him, then he's going to sue for collusion. We need more lawyers, Coach. That's what we need. We need more lawyers in sports
where they can sue. But just the integrity of the sport.
Yeah.
And when you're in college, you go through so many seminars where you talk about gambling. I mean, that's a big seminar, and you have people come in and they talk about it. And so you know right then, if you gamble, what could happen with you, and you just you understand, hey, these are the ramifications. This could happen if you end up betting on your team or betting on any sport. So you know that, and then for you to go do it.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's legal now for them to bet on other things other than college sports. So he was going to bet on a UFC fight, and he was at the Cincinnati facility,
right?
UC facility. And his phone pinged. And so it blocked him from making a bet. So then they brought him in and said, hey, man, you can't be betting in the facility. Slapped his wrist and said, go on with your business. But here's the problem with that. In any situation, if you're betting on anything, and especially if you're betting with a bookie, and if you're betting on UFC fights and you get into 20, 30, 40,000, and trust me, they'll let you keep betting on credit. They want to run your tab up until it gets to about $100,000, and then they can say it's time to pay the piper.
Yeah.
How are you going to pay the piper? Oh, we're up. We're a 24-point favorite against Slippery Rock next week. Well, win by 23.
Yes.
Just make sure you don't cover that. And how are we going to do that? Well, we may make a few bad throws here and there. Blah blah blah. Nobody will ever know. Your team will still win, and you get your books cleared. That's where the credibility problem comes in. If you have anybody betting, and now these players are free to bet wherever they want. Now, hopefully, they're betting on apps, and it's above if it's above board, and Guido's not coming over to break your legs and trying to get wipe out your $100,000 vig that you owe them. See, that's where the problems come in. So I guess at least with the legal apps, they can control it and see what's going on, and kids don't get into deeper debt. I guess that's a positive. But still, with the integrity of the game, I think you got issues.
It's all about the integrity.
Yeah.
It is, Jay. And so, like you said, you sit there and you make all these bets, and you have teammates that are counting on you.
Yeah.
I mean, you have guys that have went out there and worked with them the whole summer, and then all of a sudden the season comes. These guys are counting on you to go perform at the level that they need to perform at, and they can't really trust you when they know. And here's the bad part about him: they know what his issue is. Now it may be other guys on the team, but those guys on the team knows who's batting. They know
who's batting.
They know who's batting, and they know what's going on. But you're sitting there like, I mean, how can this? I mean, it happened, so you can't say how could this possibly happen. But when you're dealing in a situation like that, when you've had the seminars, when you had tried to tell them, guys, you cannot do this. I mean, this is a no-no.
Yeah.
This is the no-no. You cannot do this. And they still have. Look at, I think, who is it? Terry Rozier right now in the NBA.
Yeah.
For betting. And look what he's up against. And I think he gave up his salary of $24 million.
Yeah.
Yes, he's trying to clean it up. But
that's
you look
pretty
at those
dumb.
guys.
Yeah,
because those guys they're in front of the feds right now.
Yeah. It's and gambling in and of itself has become sports gambling, especially now because it's so easy to do. These young kids who have access to money have no idea what they're doing and have no idea what they're getting into. And the highs are high. I mean, gambling on sports gambling is fun. I do it all the time.
Oh, yes.
And the highs are highs and the lows are bad. But it's hard to win.
But you look at it now with this NIL, Jay.
They got a lot of money.
They have money. They can fly to Vegas and go gamble down here. They go out there and have their parties or whatever.
And you never know.
And you never know because, they're out there in Vegas and they're doing it up. But that's what's really scary when guys really don't understand that. And it used to be so funny. And now you're going to say, well, we were, but you would go to these football games, and these guys will be betting on players.
Oh, the Little League.
Oh, they be betting
the
on
Pee Wee
players.
games.
Like, hey,
especially in Miami.
Hey, so-and-so's going to score a touchdown. Hey, Pee Wee's going to score a touchdown here. Hey, make sure that Ray's going to catch the next pass. And it would be money and they're just throwing the money down on the ground. Like, hey, 10,000 on this. Like, wow, like no big deal. Like it was no big deal.
Well, easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
One of my good friends is a big time blackjack player, and he plays out at the casino all the time, and he's in the high limit room. And he said he was sitting next to a quarterback that you guys would know. I won't mention his name, an SEC quarterback that was losing $8,000, $10,000, $15,000 a hand. So while he was there for about an hour, he probably lost $50,000.
And you know what he'll say? Well, that's not my money. I don't care. Just what. But they sort of don't realize, son, you just lost $50,000.
Yeah,
you can take that money and put it away and save it, and down the road you're going to need that money. But it's amazing.
And when it's easy come, easy go.
You're right.
And he'll look about when he's 30 years old and no longer playing football and working for UPS or whatever he's doing, he'll be making about $80,000 a year. Going, damn! Remember when I sat in that
room? And you know what? I have a child in private school, and that private school, it's $25,000 or $30,000 a year to go. I could use that money right now.
Yeah, that would have been nice. But unfortunately, I think it's a huge problem for this generation. I know if I was, when I was in college, I was betting on college football games. I had a bookie, And,
Right.
I'm not saying that I knew a lot of graduate assistants that were former players or people that I knew and around that would give me information. Like I would never do that.
Right.
Of course not. But yeah, we won some games. We won some bets, and this is all part of the underbelly of sports.
But you try to get all the information.
Of course I did.
To make
Of
that
course
bet,
I did.
You had to get the information.
And I got good information.
And that's why I say guys know who the guys are because they got they shoveling out that information.
Yeah. It's always been part of the game and always will be part of the game. And that's why would you take Brendan Sorsby if you were, say you're back at USF, Texas, wherever, and you saw this, and he's 6'3", he's 235. The kid can play. He's a first round talent. But if you said, hey, who wants to, would you recruit him?
It would scare me because, like I said, you just don't know. Is this guy? If I take him, then we're gonna put him in a program. We're not gonna play him. We're gonna put him in a program and see if he's willing to clean himself up, and he's got to make that decision.
Yeah.
Does he want to go that far to clean himself up? Because what he's gonna sit there and say, he'll keep battling it, and like you said, till I get an injunction here, I can get this. Thinking he's gonna play, and it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, the NFL, even though as much as they're in bed with gambling, they've said he's not gonna be in the supplemental. So we'll see. Hey, Coach, I want to ask you, since you coached Vita last year, this will be the last year of his contract. He's, I believe, 31 years old, and he's a big man. And we know just historically that those players, defensive tackles, anybody in the trenches, especially defensive players, that's when they start to decline. Now, Vita has actually gotten stronger and better over the last few, especially since he started working with Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah.
And Sue played till he was very effectively till he was about 37, 38 years old. And you know how good Vita is. If you were Jason Light, how would you approach this contract situation? How many good years left do you think Vita has?
So when you look at Vita, is like he's so strong, and he's got a big body, and he's never injured. You don't see him. He don't have the injury. So
not in the last few years.
Yeah. So you don't look at him and say, you know what, he was injured last year. Then this year he only played so many games. He's still got a number of years left in him. Yeah. He's got a lot left in, and he is such a dominant force. Like when in games, I would watch him. And I was like, wow, he would hit that center. Jade, he'll knock this center 5 yards back.
And that's a 340-pound man.
Just disrupt the whole play. Now, he may, and what he would do, he would force the ball, to go in the opposite direction where they want to take it. But I just think that he's got so much more left in him because and he's not one of those guys and he knows like his whole attitude, like he knows when to come to work.
Yeah.
Like and it means something to him. Like get those games, they mean something to him. And you can get everything he's got because he's gonna give you everything he's got every game.
Those players are rare. Are they not?
They're really rare because it's hard to look at a guy. And I don't know, he's one of a few guys that's played on the Super Bowl team. Like he was only a few left from that Super Bowl team, so he understands. And the players have so much respect for him. And like he's quiet. He's not a rah-rah, but when he does speak, the guys will listen. And the defensive front really listens to him. Like he'll sit in a meeting and he'll be saying, "Hey guys, you guys now look at this guy here. I played against this guy. Like he's like, I played against this center. So this is what he likes to do. So when you come in the game, this is what you got to be ready for." But I just think that he has so much left. And if I was Light, whatever it takes to keep him, whatever I got to do to get him, I would do it.
2 years, 3 years?
Oh, I go at least 3 or 4. I have to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's that good a player. And if you could tell me right now, we're going to get the Vita we've had for the last couple of years for 3 or 4 years, I'd pay him $23 million a year.
Well, here's my whole thing. Well, what else is out there? Like,
Exactly.
Just think about it. Look around.
You ain't going to find another one of those.
Tell me what player you going to find.
And it's a gamble. It's a gamble as it is with every contract.
But it's like that with every player. You're right, with everyone. But look at him. Like you don't look at him and say, like he's been injured or he take plays off or he doesn't do any of that. He's one of those guys when his mind is set and when he goes out there, because he's got so much pride. Like he don't want to get blocked and he don't want to get knocked on the ground. Like he'll be and it'd be so funny in a meeting. You'll be in a meeting and if he gets off his feet or if another player gets knocked off their feet, run it back. Hey, it's like that. But
how many times did he do that to guys? Like just drive them 10 yards back?
Because it's like for some of those guys he didn't like, they'll be like, I can't wait to get this guy because I never, we played against each other in college.
Yeah.
And they'll try to just knock the guy straight back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Incredible player. I would definitely up him.
Without a doubt.
All right, Coach. Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming in. As always, love talking ball with you. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side. We've got a young hockey player, local hockey player. Payne Riffey is here, and we're going to chat with him about his upcoming career. We are starting to produce young hockey players here going into Division I and the NHL in Florida. I know it's incredible, but we're doing it. So we'll do that. We're brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance, who soon be known as Gallagher Insurance. Same customer service, but a bigger company that will give you more options. It's a great deal for you as the local consumer. And if you're with Italiano Insurance, you'll still get that same great customer service. ItalianoInsurance.com, 813-877-7799. Back in 3. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here as we roll on. Thanks, Coach Sean, for coming in and chatting a little football with us. We're brought to you by the great folks at the Gold and Diamond Source. Always a great place to go to buy that special something. And if you're thinking popping the question, no better place than the Gold and Diamond Source. The best selection. They have the best staff there. They're not going to try to oversell you or any of that shenanigans. And by the way, if you have any old gold jewelry or silver jewelry, anything, bring it on in to the Gold and Diamond Source. They're paying big dollars for that right now. So lots of things you can do over there. Go see them. Tell them JP sent you. 3800 Ulmerton Road, just across the bridge in Clearwater if you're coming from Tampa. All right. We want to welcome into the studio Payne Riffey, who is a young hockey player who grew up here in Tampa Bay and will be heading north to other points to play hockey, Sioux Falls Stampede. Is that where you're headed, Payne? Welcome in.
It's great.
There, now I got your mic up. That sounds much better.
There we go.
And Carl Walker is here. He is his NIL agent, right?
Not yet. But
friend of the family. Get up on that mic there, Carl.
Supporting through school. Want to get some NHL
for sure.
Yeah.
NIL.
So I wanted to get you in here because hockey is blowing up here in Tampa Bay.
Yep.
And not only obviously because of the Lightning, but in the lower levels.
Mm-hmm.
So you've played since you've played for what, 15 years now, 14 years now.
Yep.
So you've kind of come up during this explosion of youth hockey, right? So take me back to the beginning, what it was like. And a guy by the name of Phil Esposito was your neighbor.
Correct.
He kind of got you into it a little bit.
Yeah. So
Uncle Phil.
Yeah, no kidding. Live across the street from him. Great dude. When I was 3 years old, went to a Lightning game when he was getting a statue unveiled in front of what was, I think, Amalie Arena, maybe Tampa Bay Times Forum, but
whatever, our arena.
Yeah. And gave us tickets, and I came home and I was like, I want to do that to my parents. So they made it work. Stepped on the ice when I was 3, got a hockey stick in my hand when I was 4, and it's history from there.
And you grew up playing in Brandon, probably?
Correct. Yeah. I played for the Tampa Bulls. Played 07. I'm an 08, but played a year up all through when I was 13. And I made the decision to move away after that.
So I think we that was the first rinks that we had, and now we have Wesley Chapel.
Mm-hmm.
I was up there the other day, and it's the first time I've been to that facility. Holy shiz! I mean, that is insane. How many? So how many kids are playing hockey now? At least percentage wise. I mean, it used to be every kid played baseball. Is like every kid playing hockey now?
It seems like it at this point. I mean, there's so many teams, so many levels. Just being at Shattuck for 4 years, I come home every year and there's almost a new team popping up. So just a ton of kids getting into the sport, which is great.
High school hockey's big now.
High school hockey's getting better. It's getting bigger. More kids just wanted to play hockey, which is great, especially in the non-traditional hockey market.
Yeah. How much do you think the Lightning have to do with all this?
I would say almost 100%.
They've done a hell of a job, right? From the very beginning.
For sure. Through COVID, essentially, I say it was when they took off, winning back-to-back cups and another Stanley Cup final after that. I feel like kids really understood what hockey means in Tampa.
So when you're growing up here and everybody's playing other different sports and you're playing hockey, to be elite in this game, you've got to go. Well, I don't know if you have to. I mean, there's players now that are. I mean, the Hughes brothers grew up playing in Orlando, right?
Correct. Yeah, they were born in Orlando, and then I believe their dad got a job opportunity in Toronto. So they moved to Toronto at a young age, but they were born in Florida, so they are American.
So their development was mostly up north. So
correct, yeah.
So you play it at Suffolk. Take us through how that works now with hockey. If you're going to play at the elite level and you're involved in USA hockey as well, you have to kind of go north to some of these prep schools.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, if you really want to be and get better, you do have to move away at a young age, and that's a sacrifice you're willing to take. So yeah, I went to Shattuck St. Mary's in Minnesota as a boarding school. There's a ton of prep schools in the Northeast, a ton of AAA programs that play under USA Hockey and have billet families, but I feel like Shattuck St. Mary's was the best place for me. And
they've got some good alumni that have come through there.
Yeah, the big three are Crosby, Taves, and McKinnon.
I've heard of them.
Some big names.
I've heard of them.
Some big names.
I've heard of them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it like to play for a place like that with that kind of lineage?
It's a lot of pressure. I'm not going to lie. You throw on the jersey and you got a target on your back every time you play someone, and everyone's going to get your game 7 or their game 7 against you.
Yeah. That's a lot at a young age.
Yeah, it is
to handle.
So 14 to 18 is how long I was there. So I was there for all 4 years from freshman to senior year. So,
well, Carl, you've watched this kid grow up playing hockey. What's the process been like?
Actually, I haven't watched him growing up. Just Laurel is our photographer, and so she came to me with a story. And so, being a hockey guy, I'm like, yeah, let's get him on there. And being an ex-hockey guy too when I was young. So,
yeah. So you played growing up too? You grew up in
Dayton, Ohio. Yeah. So I played Daha. So we had the Dayton gyms up there, Hara Arena. I was basketball after 11, 12, 9, 10, 11. So, but yeah, big hockey fan, and went to game 1 of the Lightning at the fairgrounds. I think we played Chicago.
Yeah.
I think Contos had like
4 goals. Yeah.
He had 4 goals.
Yeah.
I think like 3 or 4 hats came out.
Yeah.
So we
somebody got thrown out.
But we are now. That's for sure.
Yeah, obviously. And then we're producing hockey players that are moving on to bigger and better things. And you're going to Brown, right?
Yeah. So I'm committed to Brown. Committed when I was 16. And it's kind of a process where you commit around 16, 17 years old, and you don't really step foot on campus in the hockey world until you're around 18, 19. So I've been committed since last March.
Yeah.
In 25. So
getting any NIL money?
No, Brown. I wish, but
a Brown education is enough
for sure. Ivies don't do scholarships.
That's right.
But
they don't do NILs either.
No.
So you can't get any money.
I mean, there will be ways to make money, but. Not as of right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully that changes, but we'll see.
So you got one more year?
One more year
at Shattuck?
No, in Sioux Falls.
Oh,
Sioux Falls in the USHL. Just graduated Shattuck.
So you graduate. So now you're 19. You go on to 1 year at USHL.
Yep. I'm 18, going on 1 year USHL, and then I'll hopefully go to Brown in the fall of 27.
Yeah. So do you have any aspirations to play in the NHL?
That's the dream.
Yeah.
For sure. Making those sacrifices from a young age, and my parents and sister made sacrifices. So that's definitely something I want to do for myself and them. And hopefully that's the dream one day.
Have we had any professional players come out of Tampa Bay yet? I thought there was one that was on the cusp.
Not sure Tampa, but I know one from Shane Gostisbehere from Florida.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he grew up down south though.
Yeah. More down south. I'm not sure like Tampa based. Yeah, hockey players.
Now there are more and more coming up that at the elite level that are having to move north like you.
For sure, yeah. Like a few of my buddies moved away at the same time I did that live around here 20, 30 minutes away. So that's kind of the greater Tampa area.
So you move and you stay with other families?
Or you live in a dorm. So I lived in a dorm from 14 years old. So it was kind of a college prep experience, which is great. But some other programs that aren't boarding schools have you live in a different family's home.
The hockey culture is kind of unique, is it not?
It is. It's not the traditional path like there's baseball or football. There's so many ways and so many paths to make it to pro.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the unique thing about the sport for sure.
What makes it different? Just basically you got to move away?
Yeah, but I would just say the amount of like opportunities there are. Like I would say there's 4 major development leagues to go pro and go to the NCAA. But yeah, it's just like there's a ton of opportunity in hockey that there may not be in other sports.
And I'm guessing like fiercely competitive for the spots as well.
For sure. Yeah. Spots are tight.
Any backstabbing going on?
Not necessarily.
Like there is in my industry?
Not necessarily backstabbing, but you might be buddies with the guy off the ice, but on the ice you're not. So you really got to compete. And
how does that work?
I mean, you just make it work. I mean, they just
anybody ever get pissed at you like, dude, that was a really nasty hit. Did you have to do that?
Maybe, but it might be, but if the coaching staff's watching you, you gotta
do it.
Gotta do it.
Yeah. So what position do you play?
Wing. So mostly left wing throughout the whole year, but I dabble between both.
Now, when you, I guess the draft is tonight or
Saturday
for the Lightning. Night. They've got 7 picks. Will any of your friends be drafted, you think?
Yeah. So my, one of my, first year teammates at Shattuck, he's projected to go top 15.
Oh, really? Who's that?
Tynan Lawrence.
Okay. Yeah.
So I play with him first year. Mikey Birdchild is another one. Parker Trottier, his dad, Brian Trottier, played for the Islanders.
Heard of him? Yep. Yeah.
Is there another?
Have you played with anybody that's already been drafted and already in development?
I don't believe I have.
Okay. So you'll be watching this weekend. Some of your friends will be drafted. That's got to be kind of cool.
For sure. Yeah. It's definitely something where I'd send the text, be like, congrats, dude. Well deserved.
So, and then you'll play this 1 year and then you're draft eligible from now on.
You're draft eligible for 3 years. So 26, 27, 28 is when you're draft eligible for my age.
So you got a few years to go.
Yeah, for sure. And that's just more development years. You might not get drafted, but you could get invited to a development camp.
Yeah.
So it's something where if you don't get drafted, it's just more fuel to power you through and just work harder. So
how cool would it be to wear a Lightning sweater?
That's the dream. Honestly, like growing up, my first steps on ice were at the practice facility for the Lightning. So to wear that and wear the gear. And
were you ever the Thunder kid?
I was.
Yeah.
I was a Thunder kid.
How was that?
Point. It was sweet. I think I was maybe 7 years old.
Yeah.
So that
let's just be honest. Sharing the Jumbotron with JP Peterson is probably a lifelong dream, right? For many of these.
maybe. But yeah, it was super cool. I think Phil helped.
How old were you when you did that?
7. I think I was 7, 6. God,
that has to be like the thrill of the lifetime.
So yeah, I had a GoPro on my head.
Did you really?
I have a video of that.
You didn't fall?
No. Thank God I didn't fall.
Is that all you're thinking about when you get out on the ice? Like, don't fall.
Yeah, and you got to time it right with the audio.
Yeah, right. Because you got to.
Yep, exactly.
Right.
So yeah,
most kids don't get that right.
No,
it's hard. It's hard. You think you nailed it though?
I think so. If I do say so myself.
Where can I find this video?
Yeah, honestly,
you got it on your YouTube page?
My mom thinks. I think she does on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you if you.
Yeah. Well, we got to play that. We'll rate you.
All right.
We'll see how you did there. Right. Now we have a guy who has a camera on skates. Mm-hmm. So he skates with the kid.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's more nerve-wracking or not, but it's gotta be a little bit nerve-wracking.
Yeah. It's just got the bright light on you. You really don't you just see a lot of like black. You don't really see the people, but yeah, it was really cool. I remember it pretty vividly.
Yeah. So. Were you nervous?
Yeah. I will say so myself. I was pretty nervous, but as soon as you step on the ice, you go out there. And
was Uncle Phil there?
He was. I believe, doing the radio.
Don't screw up, kid.
He does the radio all the time. The best. Yeah, he is the best.
I got you this gig. Don't screw it up.
No kidding.
No, he would never do that. Well, listen, man. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you jumping in, and good luck to you. We'll follow your career.
Yeah.
Good luck this year. Where are you playing? Sioux Falls. That's quite the trip.
It is.
Mom and Dad going to make the trip up there?
They will a few times.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you. Thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side, get to the comments, and finish this thing up here on the JP Peterson Show. Stay with us. JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back with more do you want. The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you. Big thanks to Italiano Insurance, the great folks over there. They will soon be part of Gallagher Insurance. A little name change, but same great folks, same great customer service you've known for over 65 years. They do all the work. You save all the money. ItalianoInsurance.com at 813-877-7799. Hey, the Golden Diamond Source wants to be your family jeweler. So don't wait any longer to find that one-of-a-kind perfect engagement ring for that special someone in your life. At the Golden Diamond Source, they can design anything you want personally. The Golden Diamond Source can help you trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase as well. And with gold prices at record high, now is the best time to do it. They only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source. So if it's a real love, it should be a real natural diamond. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Bad idea. And with the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyer program, you can learn all about the 4 C's in all the different shapes and styles. And they are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And don't forget, 0% financing for up to 5 years. If you finance $5,000, it's only $83 a month. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond, 3800 Almerton Road, always online at goldendiamond.com.
It's a love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch roofing, roofing done right.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here as we finish up here on this Hump Day. Hump Day! Brought to you by all of our Hump Day. Oh, great folks here at Pitch Roofing. Don't forget to get your free estimate and the JP Peterson Show discount and get in the preferred client list. So when the hurricane hits, you will have your roofer ready to go. pitchroofing.com, thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Also, it's getting hot in the summer, and if your AC goes on the fritz, call the great folks at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. They will come on in and do the maintenance special. Two visits every year for $169. Make sure everything's working right. That is great folks over there. Third Generation Plumbing. PJ, Johnny over there. Good folks. Oh, look at this guy who just popped in. The Big O is here. Yeah, we are busy.
Wait, it's not Big O Day today. What's he doing there?
It's not Big O Day today.
He's just here to
hanging out.
Yeah, we're doing tours today at the studio. Yeah, everybody loves the studio.
Wow. I was a little disheartened by last night's score that I had to come on and talk about it a little bit because
brutal.
I remember that I left when we finished the show yesterday. I said I'm feeling good about a 6-3 win for the Rays.
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Big start for our boy Sugar Shane McClanahan. We're going to win 6-3. That didn't work out the way I thought.
Not so fast, my friend.
Not so fast, my friend.
Not so fast. But how about speaking of local great talents here? We just had a young hockey player in here, and Jack Caglione is just he is something else, man.
Good for him. We've had Plant High. Got to hand it to Plant High for what they've put out in the last several years, the last decade or so. When you think of guys like Jack Caglione, obviously the great
Kyle Tucker, Alonzo.
They've put on some talent. There's a few others that are in the system right now in the minor leagues that are kicking ass.
Maybe the Rays should draft one of these kids.
I don't know what's happened with that, but the draft is coming. We talked about
we don't have any scouts in the Tampa Bay area.
Oh, stop that. Stop that right now. No, but I tell you what we do have, is hopefully that the draft that's coming with the kid Vaughn. I'm hoping that's going to happen. We need to get the
catcher from Georgia
Jason
Tech.
Romano.
Jason's going to come on Thursday.
Yeah, good. I wanted his take because he knows all about who's the hot players coming out of college and high school. But yeah, that game last night was disappointing. Nice to see Junior Caminero, pop one. He had a RBI single and then he popped a homer. Even though
it's crazy. Like when they have to put it in the strike zone, or if they got a big lead and they're just trying to get outs. When he sees a strike, he's pretty good.
When he sees a strike, he's pretty damn.
He's pretty good.
When you got Richie Palacios hitting behind you.
No offense, Richie.
And it should be none taken. I mean, Richie's got to know that Richie did not, grow up and think in his career as he signed as a minor leaguer and stuff, I'm going to be a 5th place hitter in the major leagues. That just cannot be, reality. So the fact that that's how
you think when he gets to the park and he looks at the lineup, he goes, "What?
I'm hitting 5th
behind Cameron." Okay, Skip.
I'm Giancarlo Stanton. Hitting behind Judge.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
What are we doing?
I don't get it. I'm frustrated with our boy Sugar Shane. He admitted it and rightfully so, because he's the type of kid that man now.
What do you see? I see the breaking pitches don't have the snap.
Doesn't have the snap. Missing too much middle. He does have the velocity, so that was the biggest concern, that you would think that the velocity wouldn't be there. The velocity's there, the changeup's there. Breaking pitches has been the biggest problem. That's what got what bit him a couple times. He got hit 3, but that's not working out. Steven Matz,
disaster.
Oy vey, Steven. Oy vey. What's going on, Steven?
So you speak Japanese, English, Spanish, and Yiddish? You also speak Yiddish?
Even had my buddy from Miami call me who bet on the game, and he was not happy because I gave him the 6-3
Saul?
thing. No, my buddy Julio called me. Let me tell you something, okay? You gave me that. I put money. I called my guy Matt Boyer, and I put some money on the game. Those 2 lefties need to go outside, come back in,
and don't come back in again.
Over again.
We need this guy on the show more often.
I'm not taking your bets again. It's not happening. Even one of my Japanese guys also called me from Tokyo that took a bet, and he goes, like, your players are not very good. You embarrass my family.
We gotta have this guy on the show more often.
I was not. All my ethnic guys
had to do
stuff that I can do
pretty
pretty much.
You get away with it,
and they can't come after me.
Yeah, I can do all the Italian accents and the hillbilly accents.
And I grew up in Miami. I'm a Miami
Ronald
Cuban.
Reagan, absolutely, greatest president of all time.
I'm a Miami Cuban that grew up. Every other house is Cuban and Jewish. So
that's right. We can do that. We can do that. Yeah, we're non-corporate media. We can get away with this stuff.
You look at me.
Write a strongly worded letter to the president of the company. I'll make sure it's delivered to him personally.
That's why. That's why Fan Street Sports is the best, and we get to do what we want.
Email the president, JP at the JPPetersonShow.com.
Yeah,
he will respond to you immedially.
Yeah.
It's
they're going to be fine, man. Listen, they created a cushion. They're going to be okay. The biggest positive to take away from this is that you're still 10 games, 11 games are over 500, and the Yankees aren't running away with it. The American League East is not running. Nobody's running away with anything.
Right.
you can't be thinking playoffs. None teams right now should be thinking playoffs in the American League. They should be thinking about just fixing their home.
Yeah, and thinking about getting over 500 for most of
them.
Yeah,
pretty much. Think about how many 500 teams there are or below 500 in the American League. So you don't take that and then just go, we're okay. You have to fix some things. You have to add some things, and I think that's around the corner because this team I think is good enough to compete deep in the playoffs.
Well, I think with this drought that they're on right now, it changes in order. And, when you got a guy that's hitting 441 with runners in scoring position, he should not be leading off. When you got a guy
broke it down pretty damn good yesterday.
We did.
It did not make a lot of sense to not put Junior in the 2-hole and protect him. It just it blatantly doesn't when you're going through this type of slump. It's okay when you're winning.
Right.
And pitching's good. Defense is good.
You got to score some runs now.
But now you got to score some runs. So how do you manipulate the lineup to free up opportunities to score runs?
It's just elementary, obvious. If you got a guy that hits 441 with runners in scoring position, he should not be in the leadoff spot.
And you got a guy that's hitting 297 in
the 2-hole with 8 home runs. He should be in the. This is obvious stuff.
It really is.
But I think the Rays always have to be the smartest team in the room. They do. They do.
JP.
Yeah, they do. We're gonna be smarter than that. You think he shouldn't be the leadoff guy, JP, but we've got.
You're gonna get a call from Ken Babby.
We've got it. He doesn't mess with baseball operations.
That's true. That's a good thing.
I might get a call from Neander, or Cash. Or Cash. Listen, they're way smarter than me.
Yeah.
And they have a lot more information than I do. I just wish they would share it with the public and let me know why they think this is a better.
That's not a bad comment, by the way. It really isn't, because you get to a certain point where you look at some glaring things and you're going, okay, so why are you still doing this?
Mm-hmm.
And they don't need to be sharing all their
secrets,
secrets and tricks, but yeah, I mean, it does get to a point when your offensive scheme right now is just not producing. Changes in order.
Yep, I agree. A couple of notes here from the our great smart list. The Petermans. Go Millionaire says, I asked the question about who was drafted from Tampa Bay, a hockey player. He said none from Tampa, but Nathan Smith was selected by the Winnipeg Jets in the 2018 NHL draft, making local history as the first NHL draft pick born in the Tampa Bay area to graduate from a local high school.
How about that?
Nathan
you
Smith.
Got a couple of other guys, JP, that were born in Tampa, but then played high school hockey like up north. Logan Husko and Lucas Slavkovsky. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Another former Plant currently on the UF baseball team is Cash Strayer. So he's on his way. Another Plant graduate. Rick asked, was that Otani's interpreter that you were doing?
No. Otani's interpreter has not been making comments lately. He's unfortunately off to jail. But
he's still in jail?
Yeah,
he's behind bars still. Yeah,
he's I don't think he's putting bets. I don't believe you can maybe.
Listen,
you could probably do that from jail.
3 or 4 years
in
the country club.
Hypothetically, if you're like in a Philadelphia jail, you could probably do bets in those types of places.
This dude is in some white collar country club prison, and they're like, thank you for taking the fall for Otani. This will be your nice cushy bed over here. This is your TV with the 1,000 channels.
You're talking to me about,
if you need a furlough anytime, we can take care of that.
About doing impressions. And
we know what's going on here.
Oh,
come on, bro. Everybody knows what happened there. Come on now.
JP, Ipe Mizuhara. And pardon my Japanese.
No.
Currently
you pay, I pay, he pays.
Whatever. Currently serving a 57-month prison sentence in Pennsylvania.
57 months.
He's probably in the middle of it. Yeah. And he might be coming out soon. Here's the thing. Without getting into that topic,
is he in Santorini? Is that the Santorini prison? Is that where he's at?
No.
Mykonos? Is that the Mykonos?
Santoria.
Wow.
Santorini. Wow. Is that where he is?
Santoria?
Mikasuki? Is he in the Mikasuki?
Might be there. Might be at the Mikasuki Indian Reservation where they can gamble right there from prison.
See, now you've pushed it. Now you got to go outside. Come back.
JP, he is scheduled to be released on July 1st, 2029.
Oh, I thought it was next year, because the interesting thing with that is the moment that dude gets released, I mean, he's going to have to be secretly taken away because he's going to get bombarded. It's going to be, just the press and everybody wanting to truly get to the final of the story. But yeah, there's still a lot to peel that onion with reference to Ipe and Shohei and that situation.
A couple other here was you guys. I don't know why you're even talking about this, but I'll put it up here. Go Millionaire says Pinellas was never on the radar of this ownership group. You are correct. If HCC falls through, it's Gasworks area. That's why the TSA members with Ybor adjacent properties were brought up in the first place. Because they want HCC to fall through and Ybor to emerge. Yes, you are correct.
You know what? That's talking about politics.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah. That's true, and that's why. I mean, we're just being honest here. Mr. Scaglione
owns a lot of property over there.
Yeah, that is what it is. Yeah, we're just being honest. I don't want anybody thrown off the TSA board. We don't need any of that stuff. But let's just be honest about what's going on here. Let's just be honest about what's happening here. All right, we don't need anybody, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
and of course they. Yeah. Anyway. Thank you for dropping in here, partner. Appreciate you. Been a fun day there. We had Payne Riffey and a hockey player. Coach Strong was in here. It's a big day. All the stars stopping by. You never know what's going to happen here in the studio.
Fan Street Sports Channel is always hopping.
Yeah. All right.
And we have Hamong on the other side.
And we got Timmy.
Way over here. 1,000 miles away.
All right. Thank you guys for checking in. As usual, we will be back tomorrow with more fun and frivolity and a Big O show tomorrow with Jason Romano joining us, the agent to the
draft.
stars,
and
he is.
And knows all about the draft. Yeah. That's around the corner.
Yeah, we'll do that. So we'll see you then.
All right.